It's time for Gardening Inside Out, a live show offering you plant advice for any space in your life. Introducing your perennial hosts, David Bates and Josh Carey.
Well, obviously, Josh Carey is not here today. What is his deal? Is he just like a sometimer? Anyway, welcome in, everyone, and glad to have you all in today and to be a part of the gardening scene here in Nashville. I did my Josh Carey impersonation just then. I don't know if you caught that. Audio spillover. I am David Bates. Adam Chapman, the general manager, alongside today. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, sir.
We're grateful to have everyone in today and to get to talk about November. Yeah. Wow, that October thing went by fast.
Sure did.
I would think if you polled gardeners in general, the real gardeners, it's the favorite month of the year. And but we're turning that leaf over into November now, and we've still got a couple of weeks where the weather is usually pretty nice, and we're going to talk about that now. So let's just move on to the weather and see what it has in store for us. Of course, we are live from Nashville, Tennessee, and it's where we broadcast from, so that's where this forecast is adaptable to. It's reflective of. And today is the 1st of November, so we've already mentioned 62 degrees for the high today, 43 for the overnight low. Definitely fall-like temperatures, some rain in the afternoon, and then that will bring cooler temperatures tomorrow, only 52 for the high tomorrow. Some morning showers, and the clouds should dry up at least. I don't know if they'll move out of the way tomorrow, but it will not be a rainy afternoon as we're open. However, even if it is, we got a lot of shopping area all in the dry. So just keep that in mind as we move into Monday, 61, 38, and sunshine. So we've got really great looking weather conditions all the way through the week up until Friday, 69 Tuesday, 72 Wednesday, 71 Thursday, 68 and some afternoon showers as it's forecast currently, subject to change without notice. Such is the weather. So really a wonderful 1st of November forecast out there ahead of us. Let's look at the radar and see what it tells us. And you see we have got some precipitation up to the north and the west, and it's looks like the biggest part is not going to make a direct hit, but more of a glancing blow. So that is moving slowly and moving along in our general direction. So there will be some rain. Just goes with it. We're always glad to have that anytime in the fall. And as we roll into November, it's another traditionally dry month, so we'll take it. We'll look at here for the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. And right now it appears to be we may be somewhat slightly above normal to near normal. So no big occurrences there here in the Middle Tennessee area. Much of the U.S. is either near normal, if not slightly above, with the exception of the Southwest, which is going to be quite below. So that will move us on to the local weather here at the Green Room Studios, Bates Nursery and Garden Center, 42 degrees. We've already had a discussion off air about our rain gauge is not functioning, so maybe we can get a swap out on that and get some accumulative data. We've missed a couple of inches. Even though we have missed a couple, we're still 7 inches above for the year, maybe if not 8, and we've missed probably 4 inches of measurement during that time span. So we are glad to have you all in today and to be talking about what you're wanting to talk about, and that is what's going on in your garden. Really wonderful fall conditions. And Adam, take a moment to get any perspective you have on what's going on right now. How does the view from the general manager look today?
Looks good. Looks good. The weather looks good. Got plenty of moisture in the ground, so it should be pretty easy to dig now. So if that was your excuse, I don't think you have that one anymore. So, we quite busy yesterday, sold a lot of trees. So I think people are starting to say, hey, it's getting cool enough. Ground moisture's good enough. Let's get some trees in the ground. So, which is good. I'm really.
And we got a great selection of trees.
We do, yeah. Mm-hmm.
For more information on what has come in and all other things, we'll now bring in Caroline Gant, Austin Lowen. Welcome in, guys.
Good morning.
Glad
Hello.
to have you here today.
It's good to be here.
It's that transitional time of year. It's amazing how I was thinking before we went on the air that this is my 70th fall season of my existence.
Wow.
Wow.
And I hope to get several more in.
Me too.
I think there's something about fall that kind of always sneaks up on us. It doesn't seem like it's been but just a few days ago that we were
almost 90 degrees.
Yeah. And now it's a distant memory. So welcome in, guys. What's on your minds this morning?
What's on our minds?
Post-Halloween. I mean, Halloween was yesterday, everybody.
That's true.
And somebody still got a little bit of makeup on from last night. And I'm not talking about myself.
Yeah, that's me. Got that makeup on. I don't know if you can see it
Look
on
at
camera.
these sideburns.
You'll see it here soon. Yeah, yesterday was fun. We had a lot of the staff come out and dress up. So it was fun because it was really funny to be dressed up in character. I was kind of in character yesterday. I couldn't help myself.
You win for Halloween costume, staying in character all day.
All day long, and it was really funny talking to customers in a different face and I literally looked at them at one point and I was like, I cannot believe y'all are taking me seriously right now.
Yeah. Tell the viewers what you were yesterday.
I was Joe Dirt. Okay. I love that movie, old school. I'm going to go there here soon. You might get a little sneak peek of Joe this morning. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, yesterday was a fun Halloween day.
That'll be great to relive. By the way, I don't want to forget Tyler Blankenship.
He's here.
Yes.
Oh, I am here.
TY, let's see you.
And Tyler, what were you yesterday?
I was
Tyler dressed up.
Goth Brooks.
It was so funny.
That's Goth Brooks.
It was so creative.
And Caroline landed some makeup as well and a little cowboy hat.
Yep. Makeup on you.
It was great.
I got a picture from she and Sarah yesterday. They both had the big hair thing going on.
Yes, I was breaking in Austin's wig. Oh yeah, I was a ladybug for part of the day.
And we had a banana. We had a hot dog.
We had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we had some invasive insects. I think we had emerald ash borer.
Yeah, right there in the
which is
middle.
Mary.
A woolly
and
aphid.
then woolly aphid, which is Kim right there. And
the spotted lanternfly.
I didn't get Toy. She went as spotted lanternfly, which is amazing.
That was funny.
We are so cute.
And a moth. David, our loader, is a moth.
Look at him fly in the background.
And your daughter, David, is a cartoon character named Meatwad.
There you go. So anyway,
because of course she is.
A bunch of folks inside and outside of the garden. So
That's
Caroline,
right.
we cut you off before you had a chance to get into the show here. So a special thanks to you and for everything you do every week to keep us on track. So that's what I'm attempting to do at this moment is to
keeping us organized. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, without you yesterday and all of your costumes and makeups and wigs, nobody would really have been dressed up very good.
Paula was in a wig of mine, Austin, Tyler, the banana costume was mine, the moth costume. I tried to get Adam in a mullet wig because I brought 3 of them, but he said no.
Okay.
No. He's still saying
Does
no.
Adam have anything to say to that?
No, I do not.
No comment.
Like,
Mullet wigs are the best, and I have 3. I don't really know why. But yeah, it was fun to dress as a ladybug here. Fun fact about my ladybug wings, that is from the art director of Hee Haw, so those are very old, and I repurposed them. I had to cut the wings off of the full costume. So a little piece of history right there.
Cool.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
So fun.
It was fun.
It was a fun day seeing everybody dressed up.
That's such a Nashville thing to be able to repurpose, articles used from Hee Haw.
Yes, I also have a butterfly costume from it as well. But I think it's about time to get into questions, y'all.
Probably so.
You think
Do it.
so?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to start with some bulb questions. Bulbs popping up in a raised bed. Should I cover with more dirt or move them inside?
Oh, I wouldn't move them inside. I wonder what kind of bulbs they're talking about. I mean, a lot of times daffodils will kind of poke and peak up early. Tulips can kind of do that too, depending on when you planted them. Now, what I've observed with bulbs that do that is that they will come up and poke green a little bit, but typically they're so tight within that kind of sheath, I guess you would say, that a lot of times they don't get damaged. I mean, they might get a little tip damage, but not enough to kill the plant. So honestly, throwing a little dirt over top of them may be the way to go.
Yeah.
Just kind of keep that protected a little bit, or maybe even just like wheat
Pine
straw,
straw?
pine straw,
Yeah.
something like that to kind of just keep them covered from like real hard, nasty stuff.
Right.
But bulbs are very, very tough, y'all. I mean, they store everything down in that bulb, and I really think you're fine, even if they are poking a little bit.
I think they'll be okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
I wonder what they are. I'd like to know. Y'all comment. Let us know what
if you're-
kind of bulbs they are.
If you're listening, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have best bulbs to plant now for spring color. I mean, tulips. That's going to be very colorful. Daffodils, but those are mostly yellows and whites. But still, it gives you a pop of happiness.
Hyacinths, yeah.
Hyacinths are
Hyacinths
good.
are very aromatic. And of course, if you want something which you can plant even really late, crocus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one, David.
Yeah, shout out Ben Trest if you're listening. He used to work here. He loved his crocus.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard him talk about that.
No, he did. He loved his
Yeah.
crocus. He
They're
was
what
all about it.
I call them like an understory bulb. They they don't get tall. They don't really block the view of anything else. So you can put those right out in front of other areas, and they do a nice job of adding a little splurge of color.
Yep.
They do. I love spring bulbs.
Oh, there's just, I mean,
Well,
you got-
they're kind of a that first splash
Yeah.
of stuff. When it's been a bleak, dark, gray winter.
And then you
exactly
see them
right.
peeking up and they're like, here it comes.
Exactly.
There's hope. It's going to be sunny and warm soon.
tulips
It's gonna
especially.
happen. Yeah.
Tulips are the most planted bulb on the planet, and there's a reason for that. If you have holes in the garden, y'all, tulips. And we have a good selection of tulips right now.
We do. We still
some
have a
nice,
good selection.
Nice colors, yeah.
It's still not too late to plant. I always wait until last minute. One year I planted them in the dead of winter. About half of them came up, but I still had something, which was good.
It's okay.
But I need to actually get out there and start planting mine now. All right. When is it too late to plant bulbs for spring? I still have not gotten mine.
Well, I was going to say, I think you just answered that question. You're,
It's not
if
too
you
late.
wait until January, now the only thing that mitigates that a bit is the fact that our bulbs are pre-chilled, so you have dormancy built in on the front end before they go in the ground. Now that's not the case everywhere. A lot of bulbs don't have that dormancy built in on the front end. So if you plant them late, they'll either bloom much more sparsely or they'll bloom much later in the season, or likely both. So, but it's generally a good idea to get it done. Probably should
November.
get it done before Christmas.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get it done before then, you won't get it done until January.
Yeah.
That is very
Something else
true.
come up.
Uh-huh. Exactly. And another thing is that almost us included and all garden centers around will run out of bulbs to plant.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you don't get them in and get them doing it now, then you're going to just run out of time. Because in the spring we sell more like summer bulbs, the dahlias, the elephant ears, those things. So this is kind of the time to get those fall bulbs and get them in the dirt.
We do have folks that come in while all of those things that you plant now are in full bloom looking for them. So yes, what you said, get them now because you won't be able to find them. People come in and they're like, I want some of those tulip bulbs. I'm seeing them all around town. It's like, well,
No.
wait until next year. We'll have them, but you got to start early.
And
Right.
we typically have forced pots of them, but it's
It's a little
not quite
different.
the same.
Right.
It's not. And you can plant those later, but again, it's going to be that year until you get something. All right. Kim on Facebook says, good morning. I'm
Hey, Kim.
somewhat new to growing dahlias. Do I have to wait for a frost before digging up the tubers?
You don't necessarily have to. I mean, a frost is going to turn them to mush, like for sure. So, I mean, once we're getting close, and you certainly can. One little frost on the foliage is not going to kill your dahlia bulbs down below. Okay, so that could be kind of your.
It's kind of a benchmark.
Yeah, it's kind of the benchmark of
yeah.
let you know when to do it. So, good question though. Yeah, I mean, kind of you can let those kind of slough down. They're going to look rough. Cut them back above the dirt a little bit. Keep a little stem up, okay, so you can kind of grab onto something, and then dig really well, kind of around that crown of plant, and try to get as much of the root as you can. before you want to bring them in for the winter. Put them in a paper bag, put them in the basement. Just keep them dormant, okay? Cold,
Those
chilly
tubers
closet.
Those tubers would have really spread over the growing season. So, if you're in a spot where that you can, they're already going dormant.
Yeah.
They're, even though they may still have, leaves on them, there won't be much. So, Austin's right. You can do it now, or you can wait a little bit. But like a lot of things, you don't want them to get to that mushy stage. They're a lot easier to handle when they're just dry and naturally dormant.
And then Joyce on Facebook says,
Joyce,
should tulips be planted later than other bulbs? Good morning, Joyce.
Hey, Joyce. I don't think necessarily need to be. I've never heard of that anyway.
No, I would say
have either.
anytime you're doing your spring bulbs, is fine. I usually say November, Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
that's kind of when you want to.
I think, like David said too, kind of just before Christmas, if you can get it done, is probably a good time to do it.
Yeah,
I've never heard of it any tulips specifically being any later than anything else.
I haven't either. I always plant them at the same time.
I think they kind of require, typically, if they're not refrigerated, or even if they are, they need like 14 weeks of dormancy in order. And if they're refrigerated, what you've done, you've built some of that in on the front end. So if you're planting non-refrigerated bulbs, then you have to provide all that dormant period for them to store up sufficient energy. That's why you need to get it done, probably by mid-December, while you still have time and are thinking about it.
And then I think Jane Ann Gibbs on YouTube says for color, Jane, hey, what's up?
Hey, Jane.
For color iris rhizomes. So I guess asking when to plant them, or maybe if they need to raise them.
Irises?
Yeah.
Just pretty much just throw them over your shoulder and let them root anytime of the year.
Throw them on over your shoulder.
I mean, honestly.
And then throw them on into the woods.
You could.
Go get them out and put them in the ground.
They would live there too. Yeah, that's the timing for irises is kind of like whenever you feel like it.
Didn't you throw your irises into the woods and now you have wood irises?
Yeah, I did. So. I got rid of them in the bed and I threw them over it. I just
literally
threw them close to my creek in the woods. And they took root and they're living. I will say they've never bloomed since I put them in the woods. There's heavy shade over there up underneath the canopy of trees. But they're all alive.
I'm going to come to your house and dig them up and plant them at my house.
Gone and take them. I don't want them.
I planted quite a few irises this year. Do I remember what kind? No. But when they bloom, I will remember what color they are. And that's about as far as it'll go.
I mean, I like irises okay, I guess, but kind of more in like other people's yards. Not necessarily mine.
Not in your yard.
Yeah. I had to dig them up for a lady one time, and it was just such a pain.
You attach bad memories to your plants. Like Rudbeckia, because you had to weed it up. Elderberry, because you had to weed whack it.
I weed eat it.
Yep. You said, Mama, I weed eat it.
But if you have any iris at all, you'll have more.
Yes. Yes.
And so, you just need to consider that when you're planting them and be prepared to get in there and either thin them or dig some out. Share them with friends, give them to family members, whatever that you want to do, or as in Austin's case,
throw them in the woods.
We got to make those bumper stickers. Throw them in the woods. It's about that time. I think we could go ahead and do it. I need to dig up my crocosmia and separate it because those aren't blooming right now because they're so tightly planted because those have they're growing machines. They just double. Joyce, I'll bring you some because I know you said you planted 100 and you only had 5 come up. I believe that was a couple weeks ago. Possibly months. All right, let's get another question in. Recommendations for trees for a health strip. The narrow strip between sidewalks and roads.
Oh. This is a good question.
Yeah, it's a great question.
I mean, there's so many good upright columnar varieties of trees now. If you wanted to go that way, slender silhouette, sweet gum is probably the most commonly planted one. But there's there's oaks.
Hornbeam.
Yeah, there's columnar hornbeams. There's a couple of different varieties of oak trees that are columnar. So
the kindred spirit.
Yep.
Oak. I love that plant. That is a beautiful, beautiful plant. And all of what you talked about is takes pollution kind of well. Like they use ginkgo a lot of times because it can just be. Now it gets big, so you need the canopy is up top big, but it can take anything. I mean, just anything. Air pollution like crazy.
Well, there's that one I saw it this morning that you like to talk about by the post office.
Yeah, by the post office.
Stilton.
It's real yellow right now. Yeah, it'll be dormant here soon because it's very, very yellow. Washington hawthorn comes to mind as a good street tree.
Yeah,
that's not used near enough. I don't think.
Zelkova.
Zelkova, yep.
Your favorite.
Yeah, my favorite.
It's not.
Zelkova.
I'm just
I just
saying.
love Zelkova. It does live.
It's pretty tough.
It lives. Adam is super right about that. We're going to get into that here in a minute. But before that, David, what you got for us, man?
Well, when you're really concerned about giving plants the best opportunity to not just exist, not just to live, but to really thrive, you want to consider using Earth Mix Garden products. And Earth Mix Garden products are developed and manufactured right here in Nashville, Tennessee. And it's done so for discriminating independent garden centers and other retailers who understand that your plants can probably only do as well as the soil you have them planted in. And actually, Adam and I have continued to work on developing the line of Earth Mix Garden products and tweaking the recipe so that the very best inputs, which is what we use, are provide the best end result for you as the gardener. And you're not just going to see plants hang on. They're really going to thrive and do their very best. Mm-hmm. Just ask anybody who uses Earth Mix Garden products, and they'll tell you it's not like all the others. From Earth Mix Garden to Proganics O, there are products that actually have, those two in particular, both have native soil in them. And so there are applications where that really works particularly well to give the structure to the soil that the plants can grow into and carry them on into the future. And then there's the rest of the products. The kind of the basis of the entire Earth Mix line is supernatural, and it is an input that goes into many of the other products downstream. So we're working constantly on improving that and getting that into a state of where it provides the most opportunity, both as a standalone product and as an additive to other products. So no matter which one you buy, you're getting products that are 100% organic. They are sustainably produced, and they just grow plants. So don't settle for something less. Like everything else, plants are not inexpensive. And if you're going to invest your time and your effort into growing plants, you want to give them the best opportunity. We believe strongly that is Earth Mix Garden products. And if you want to see where it's available, go to earthmix.net and click on the Find Earth Mix tab. And there you'll see a map pop up, and it shows all the pins all around, mostly in eastern U.S. We do have one of our really fine folks over in Rocky Mountain Trees and Landscaping out in Crested Butte, Colorado. So we thank you to those guys. If you're out west, everywhere else in the east, it's Tennessee, Kentucky, and northern Alabama. Check all those locations out. And a special shout out to Gabrielle Rota, who was sat in last week for Josh, and she's our Earth Mix brand representative. And we're really appreciative of her efforts and what she's doing to get that message out there and expand our network of Earth Mix Garden products. So remember this, success begins at the ground level when you use Earth Mix Garden products. And there are 4 things. Adam, can you recite the things that Josh says that you need?
4 things. You need water, sunlight.
You need plants.
And a plant. And then Earth Mix.
Please.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nailed it.
Go.
Wow.
With the strange hand there. Anyway.
The power is yours.
So we will proceed on now and go back to our regularly scheduled program. So what you got, Caroline?
I heard a voice in the room. I don't know who that was. There might be a new member to the cast, perhaps.
Is there?
What's in bloom? With Austin.
With Joe Dirt.
Yeah. Morning, y'all. This is how it was yesterday. All day talking to customers. Just owned it.
Watching you help customers when you were talking seriously with your head moving yesterday was one of my favorite things.
It was so fun.
Gone down at Bates Nursery.
Cut off flannels are going to become a part of my life now. It's just part of it. I love this.
You're not going to have any sleeves.
No. And Caroline provided the wig. This wig is money. God,
I got
wish
some
I had
good
hair
wigs.
like this.
I own about 35.
Uh-huh. But anyway, Joe, I don't know when it came
That's
out. Probably
another
somewhere
story.
in the late
Yes,
80s.
it
No, I think it came out late 90s.
Yeah.
I think.
90s. Okay. Either
Yeah.
way, we're going old school today. Okay. I'm Joe Dirt. Old. I mean, it's what, 30 years, 30, 40, 35 years old now. Okay. So we're talking about the plants. Yeah, something like that, Caroline. Don't check my math. Joe don't know math. Come on now.
No, he don't.
No, he don't know
35,
it.
40 years old.
He just knows cool things.
That's true. Yeah. No one
That
ever
is
thought
true.
you knew numbers
That's right.
or math.
So anyway, we have a friend that we love out here, Dr. Lincoln. Adam brought that up this morning. I didn't even think about that. But Dr. Lincoln used to talk about the stuff that lives, okay? The things that you can plant and you ain't got to worry about it. They've been around forever. They're old school, okay? And we love it. And I love old school things right now, okay? So we're going to talk about some of them old school shrubs. Just shrubs. I ain't going perennials or trees. We're going shrubs.
Just shrubs.
All right.
Shrub kind of guy.
Let's talk about some flowering shrubs that y'all know. All y'all know about. Let's go about forsythia. Been around forever, blooming yellow every spring without a problem. Just killing it out there. Quince, right there with it. We keep quince and forsythia like next to each other. It's like they're friends.
They are
All
best
right?
friends.
They're blooming at the same time, kind of. All right. Hey, we got butterfly bush. Reese, you know what I'm talking about. You got a new variety, but there's been an old school variety around forever. Still growing. What is it?
Black Knight.
Black Knight. Adam knows. See, he's been doing this a minute. All right. It's still money out there. All right. Hey, old school knockout roses. Y'all still growing them. Everybody's got them. They're throwing blooms like you wouldn't believe. And they're still blooming right now. Like looking pretty good around town. Hey, Adam, shout out. You're a Billia, buddy.
Yeah.
Just regular old
Oh,
glossy
yeah.
Billia. Can't beat it. My father-in-law grows glossy Billia. Every about 3 years, he cuts it to the dirt. To the dirt. Lets it just regrow. It's been like 25, 30 years in the ground. Money.
Still going
Just
strong.
money, still blooming
Just like
every
you.
single year. That's right. Yeah, still relevant, Caroline, even after all these years.
Even
y'all-
after
y'all know
40
about-
years.
That's right. What y'all know about euonymus? Oh, euonymus. Not my favorite, but hey, it lives. Good Lord. Glossy
Well,
green leaves.
It lives despite itself.
Yeah, yeah. The euonymus doesn't even like itself all that much, but it's still it's growing well, and it lives. If y'all need something green, I mean, it's kind of good. What about dense yew? What y'all know about dense yew? Little needle-like evergreen
I
can live
love
in the shade.
that plant. That's what I know.
Prefers the sun. Like it's a good hedge. It lives, y'all. As long as it ain't too wet, it lives, and it lives for a very long time. Okay, dense yews, those are great. Hey, what about red tip photinia? You even thought about
What
that? In the
about
Well,
morning, Adam?
they were, they were a little overused in the 80s and the 90s. I figured you, Mr. Dirt, would remember that. But
I do remember.
but because there's not as many of them around anymore, you can plant them again and not get black spot every year. So
Singular plants seem to do rather well, but
Yep.
if you try to plant a hedge of them, you're going to have problems.
Gonna have some issues,
Yeah.
but that's okay. Red tip photinia's still growing. They turn into trees. All right, Ellie Agnes. Good Lord, I can't believe I put Ellie Agnes on the list.
well, it grows, man.
It grows, man. You ain't even lying. It grows 10 foot that way, 10 foot that way, 10
Yeah.
foot that way.
Yeah.
Like it
And
don't
if you've
care.
if you've got one right now, you cannot miss the
No,
fragrance.
it's they're blooming and they smell really good.
Yeah, they really do smell fantastic. All right, but Ellie Agnes, be careful if you got one of them. Look, for bang for your buck on the lot, I'm pretty sure Ellie Agnes is by far you get the biggest plant for the price that you could ever imagine. Like, no, I'm not saying now. I'm saying like
Yes.
growth habit.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It just a
Yeah.
6 foot of growth in a season. Like it's incredible. All right, Ellie Agnes, y'all think about it. We're done. Parsons juniper. That's an Alan Lincoln special right there.
Yep.
He loved that thing. Juniper in general goes way more this way quicker than it does this way. Okay, so it's a good space filler, but it's a liver. I mean, it's a liver. Its general livability is very high. Okay, once again, it does not like too much wetness, but other than that, it lives. Okay,
There we
American.
go.
Yeah, yeah. American boxwood. All right, we got some American boxwood in yesterday.
Do we? And you're a good old American
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Son.
American boxwood. That's been around forever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We got some big ones yesterday. Y'all need to fill in another American boxwood because yours are. You need a big one? Like, we kind of got some yesterday at a pretty good price point, okay? American boxwood.
I
Been
like
around
to
forever.
think like 3 million years ago, there's still this just huge green ball of a bush, and
Yep.
it's American boxwood just growing out somewhere on a plane or
Yeah.
something.
Still going,
Just
man.
like, man, formality.
Uh-huh.
Well, to be sure, they were not growing in a ball shaped out in the woods. It's
True.
They're much more upright and a natural habit.
Yes.
So,
And they get very big. American
Yes.
boxwood gets very big, actually. Uh-huh. And hey, yesterday we had some few people talking about Nandina. I don't know why, but people wanted the Nandina yesterday. Had like 3 customers needing it. It's
probably your favorite.
Nandina domestica. What?
Your favorite.
It ain't my favorite, Caroline.
Joe Dirt's favorite?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's close.
Who are you right now?
I do like the red berries in the winter. I use them to decorate my home. Yeah, you wouldn't even think it, but Joe Dirt likes to decorate. for Christmas. All
I
right.
like to put
We
corn
go
in your
all
mixed
out.
containers.
That's right. There we go. All right, Nandina, those are great. And then at the, I'm going to go with the goat, I guess. I don't really know. This is the funny list, so it's a weird goat. All right, there's some weird goats out there. We all know. Joe definitely knows about the weird goats. The needlepoint holly. Hey, you know what, Adam? You told me at one point I think your parents have a needlepoint holly that is massive.
It was Rachel's dad's house,
Rachel's
and
dad,
it was like 15 foot tall,
Yes.
and 12 feet wide. Actually, bit of trivia, it was actually introduced as Del Combray holly back in the day.
Dale
Fancy.
Comray.
Yeah, Dale Combray.
And another bit of truth is I can remember when it was called that and when it was first introduced. That's at least when I first saw it coming out, and when I was it just shows you how old I am.
Well, you see what I'm talking about, David. We're going old school, baby. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Had a
I
lady.
am old school.
Yeah, I love it. Had a lady wanting some needlepoint holly yesterday, and you know what? It was clean and green and glossy and pokey. It had actually some random flowers on it, some little blast blooms going off. There were some bees humming around it. Bees love hollies, y'all. And if you put them as your foundation, you will have them pretty much forever.
I've got one at the end of my driveway, and I
you
don't
can't get
mind
rid
it
of it.
because it's down there. No, I can't. It was cut all the way to the ground when I bought my house.
Yep.
And now it's probably about 6 foot tall.
See?
But
That's
it's-
what I'm saying.
It's just a nice little shape, always glossy, always clean.
I mean-
2022 didn't hit it.
No.
So, Joe, I get it. I
You
get
get
what you're
it.
saying.
Hardly any problems with that plant, except for
And
it
one
gets
final
big.
footnote on that, and part of what the incentive of developing that cultivar is that, and I believe it was a sport that was found off of just Ilex cornuta, which is the regular Chinese holly, not the rotunda, which is the dwarf version, but the Ilex cornuta. This is way plant trivia, but it got huge.
Yes.
And it was mean. It would.
It would hurt you. It would hurt
It's
you.
an effective deterrent if you want to isolate people from areas, but I don't know of anyone that even grows it anymore. It is, but the needlepoint kind of served the same slot as Ilex cornuta, just a regular Chinese holly, except it's a much more refined, only has 1 point on the ends instead of like 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Much more friendly.
Yep.
Yep. It's a
Friendly hollies.
It's a good old school plant. Been around forever. Lady yesterday said she wanted to kind of get rid of hers or try to get rid of it because its shape wasn't all that great. I said, look, cut that thing to the dirt. Let it just grow a new shape because getting rid of it is way harder than you think. So there it
Yeah,
is.
you got a lot to work with,
That's right.
even in the regrowth.
That's right. We ain't trying to work. We trying to play.
One thing, Mr. Dirt, that I'll add to your list
Let's do
is
it. What we got?
maybe Prague viburnum
Hey!
or leatherleaf viburnum.
There you go.
Very.
Backbone.
It's a backbone, like Mr. Lincoln would say. It's another one of those that once it's established, it's pretty much there forever.
Pretty much there
and
forever.
you can butcher it just like you can a needlepoint.
Mhm.
So,
Yep. Just like Joe Dirt. He ain't never going away.
Ain't never going to.
You can cut him down. You can try to cut him down. He ain't going nowhere.
And I ain't never getting that wig back. I can already tell.
Nope, this is mine forever now.
We'll share it.
I ain't taking it off.
I love when you threw your hair over your shoulder out on the lot. And
It was great.
You did
you're
it
helping
multiple
people
times.
every time.
All right,
every
y'all.
time.
There you go.
Beautiful. We are getting a lot of comments in. Joyce says,
Lord.
sorry I missed Joe Dirt. Joyce, you didn't. Here
You
he
didn't
is.
miss me.
He's here right now.
Right here for you. I got to change back. Time.
Colin says, Joe, how did you survive the cold with those sleeves?
I don't know. Call.
He
Last
complained
night, I
a
was
lot
freezing.
yesterday.
A
A lot of saying, oh, I'm cold.
Well, yeah, I did. And that was yesterday during the day. I trick-or-treated last night. Full costume, just like this. Didn't put anything on with
You
the kids.
committed.
Yeah. Tyler threw up that pic at some point. That was cool.
All right. I'm
And
gonna throw
yeah,
it up.
Colin, I was freezing.
Sandy said he could go on stage at Zany's.
I could.
Yes, you absolutely could. And then Lisa says,
yeah, there we go.
Look at them girls.
Them none
Joe.
makers.
Lisa says, please wear this every day. It's darling.
I want to. That's what my buddy Willie said last night as I was leaving. He said, man, you can just be this guy if you want to. I said,
He said, no, I got to give Caroline back her wig.
no, I
She
didn't.
can't do my makeup every day.
No, I said, I am this guy now. Lisa, I love you. Joe's got to go now. Tyler panned to a different camera angle.
He's got to exit the room. Austin, come on back.
I'm coming back.
It's
all
time
right?
to get you back.
There's Tyler.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna go to this angle. Hi. Good morning.
All
Austin's-
right.
I'm trying to give Austin some privacy.
So let's get some more questions in. Our broccolis are getting big, but they are not broccoli-ing, just putting out leaves. Help.
Well, it's probably just need a little more time, I would think.
Yeah.
And we really only just started getting any frosts at all. So I think we've had a couple of frosts here at the nursery. Pretty heavy one yesterday morning.
Yeah.
So you kind of, once that starts happening, you should start to see the actual top, head start to develop. So.
Yeah, and I think that you're totally right when it comes to the timing of it. I mean, I really, really think we got to get in y'all's heads that we've got to plant those fall crops earlier than what you think. We can't actually wait till like the beginning of fall or even a little bit close to that. It's more of like a late summer planting to get those broccoli to finish. Broccoli is a pretty long crop. I mean, it really is. To get a nice big head anyway, I mean, you can get some little ones, some florets or whatever. But to get a really nice, full, big broccoli, we really got to start pretty early. I mean, I'm thinking even in my head, I'm thinking something where around
Late
like
September.
80 days. What's that, David?
I said even into like mid to late September. There's a reason why Julie starts bringing those in at the time we do.
Yeah.
And they're amongst all the cool season crops for fall are amongst the more difficult because timing is a lot more critical. If you don't get those out as early as possible, even when it seems like it's still too hot to be planting them, you will miss the opportunities.
Yeah, I would say as soon as you have the thought, well, I think it's still too hot, that's actually when you need to plant them.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So mid-September is not too early. Matter of fact, it's pretty much right on time. The last half of September is when you need to be especially mindful of it.
Yeah, I would even say Labor Days, after Labor Day.
Mm-hmm. So y'all, if you do have them and they're not broccoliing, like you said, watch the weather, because if we do have deep, heavy freezes, like frost is okay on broccoli, but when we have something deep, like into the 20s probably, think about getting the covers out and really preserving that crop, because just because we have one freeze at some point at night doesn't mean that the rest of the fall, like you're going to have a freeze every single night after that. So you can really make those fall crops last a little bit longer, but you got to worry about the weather. You really got to cover those up, say 5-gallon buckets, whatever you got to kind of preserve that crop for the fall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do. Watch the weather. Yep. Watch this show and listen to the weather at the beginning, and then you'll be prepared. Yep. All right, we're still getting live questions, and this next one comes from Friends of Whites Creek. Good morning.
All right.
What sun requirements for a newly planted ginkgo tree? Do you recommend earth mix to fill the hole as well?
Yes.
Of course.
Landscape, I would... full sun to partial sun. I mean, they need at least half a day of sun.
Oh yeah.
And earth mix landscape's perfect to plant them with, or garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or garden.
And what makes landscape so good is landscape is essentially garden that has no soil in it. As far as there's a little bit more difference than that, but that's essentially what it is. So it's designed to incorporate your soil in with it, do a blend of that. And then you have created garden by using earth mix landscape with your own soil. So that means your plants get rooted in really well, and it really doesn't matter what you're planting.
Right.
Yep.
And where can we find?
Well, one of the places you can find.
Can we find that here?
One of the places I've got to get my browser up here, I've got to look off here for a second, is Bates Nursery and Garden Center. And we'll just go ahead and segue into that. Beautifying Nashville since 1932, Bates Nursery and Garden Center is your supplier for all things gardening. And we're not talking about just products you can buy and take home. We're talking about expertise. That's what this show represents. Adam and Austin and Caroline and the extensive staff of horticultural professionals that we have here at Bates Nursery. We're able to not just talk to you about plants. We can talk to you about solutions you may be having with a particular landscape situation. If you bring your photographs of your area you're working on to us on your smartphone or a tablet, that gives us insight into your unique landscape situation, and it helps us to recommend the right plants for the right place the first time. That's the way we do it here at Bates Nursery and Garden Center. And if you've ever been out here, or if you see the screen as it scrolls across up there, we have incredible selection of things, not just now, but throughout the year. We're not a part-time horticultural supplier. This is all we do. So whether it's in the fall season when we have it all rolled out there as we do now, even in the winter, we have it inside where you can still shop. So come out and see us. Pick our brains. If you're having issues with something, we'll help you figure it out. That's what we do all day, every day at Bates Nursery and Garden Center. And my grandmother, who started the business back in 1932, she's still the driving force behind it. And it's in her memory that, it keeps me motivated to accumulate. And I'm very fortunate to have acquired this incredible staff of individuals. It is the most singular common comment I get from folks when I'm around town is, where do you get all these great people? And so we're very fortunate at Bates Nursery and Garden Center to have this group of individuals and to be able to provide you with plant information for now 4 generations. My daughter Sarah also works in the business. By the way, speaking of Sarah, she writes In the Garden with Bates Nursery, the weekly newsletter that talks to you about the things you should be thinking about and provides you a weekly gateway. It's just once a week. We don't sell your information to anybody. It's just between you and us, and help keep you in touch with things you need to be mindful of in your garden, and also other current things that you may have not been apprised of. And Sarah does a lot of research to really bring that interest and also entertainment value. So check that out. And if you're a Bates Rewards member, you already receive it, or you can go to the website here at batesnursery.com and sign up. We're conveniently located 1 mile north of Briley Parkway at exit 19 on Whites Creek Pike, which is just minutes from Rivergate, Opry Mills, Nashville West, downtown Nashville. And no matter where you're coming from, it is worth the drive from anywhere. So come see us, Bates Nursery and Garden Center. We're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., noon to 4 on Sundays for a couple more weeks. November 16th is our last Sunday to be open for fall. So come on out and see us, Bates Nursery and Garden Center, beautifying Nashville since 1932. So thank you for that.
Nice.
Wonderful.
We walked around Bates Nursery yesterday to gather everything for...
What's in room with Caroline? Wow.
There you go, Tyler.
Good work, Tyler.
Man, that was cool.
That was real cool.
Yeah.
We went with the fall theme
Suspenseful.
today that we've already talked about a little bit at the top of the show, but let's go on this tour. So we've got Bihu Japanese Maple in the corner. Like Adam was saying, this is a cousin to the coral Japanese maple. I had one. Mine bit the dust. It was my fault. It was in a pot. So
okay.
I know Tyler has one, but y'all look at those yellow stems.
Beautiful.
Mine's planted in the yard. It's about a foot tall. It's hanging in there.
But I bet it looks very cool right now.
It's got a little flame of yellow.
Little yellow flame. And then this is one that I added to my landscape this past spring. I didn't get this one, but this is the
Red Dragon.
Red Dragon, yes. Red Dragon, now I'm drawing a blank.
Contorted filbert.
What happened to my brain?
It's okay.
It's still scared from Halloween, I guess.
Or Mr. Dirt. He got it all.
Got you riled up.
Yeah, you got me all flustered. I was like, look at this wig. This is crazy. Y'all, I love this plant. The branches in the winter look so cool. It's very, very spooky. The leaves, I know that some folks in this room are not that into it.
No.
But I am a fan of how they look a little deformed. They're a little bit like wavy. I think it's a cool look.
Bates uses them very effectively as cut branches in vases, and they make a very decorative and interesting addition to a mantle, which is where it is in our house, or in a vase with other things incorporated into it. So it's a very wonderful plant.
It is. I'm waiting for mine to get bigger so I can cut some branches because I got a pretty small one. I didn't want to, spend too much money because I have a lot of plants that I got to buy. And then
Renee surveys the neighborhood, and for people who are maybe have not realized they do get pretty good size. Or maybe something else has happened. She'll ask, "Can I cut that?
can I take a little cutting?" Branches are great. They look fantastic in vases in the spring with flowers and in the winter when there's nothing else flowering. But then we have Starstruck and Arkansas, Amsonia. So shout out to Bridget. This is her first shout out this morning. We've got 2 different types of Amsonia. Y'all, the perennial department right now is just full of plants. It's like busting. And now is a great time to plant them.
And I forgot to mention the fact that those are all 20% off.
Yep.
Yes, that is correct. So most
Totally spaced on that. So apologies to Bridge.
most of the stuff in this room is 20. Not everything, not the grasses, not the trees, not the shrubs, but these perennials. But the Amsonia fall color right now is amazing. And when you go back to the sun perennials area, that's probably going to be the first thing that you see back there. And there are so many different types. The table is full and it actually wraps to another table. And then we'll move to what we have in front. Of course, we had to bring some switchgrass in because switchgrass is popping. Let's get down there. We've got Shenandoah. You can kind of see it coming up out of the bottom. This one has really good fall color. My Northwind just seems to just turn brown. It doesn't really have a lot of color. Is yours like that?
No,
yellowy orange for mine.
Yeah, Shenandoah tends to have better color, I think.
It gets a little red.
It's darker, for sure.
I enjoy it. And then we have just a sampling of Heucherella that we have back in shade with Celeste. There is so much back there. So let's start on this end. We have Sweet Tea Heucherella. Joe Dirt's going to show that off right there. Thank you, Joe Dirt. And then Northern Exposure Black. So the dark leaf behind there. I lost my Vanna. All right, Vanna is back. And then we've got Champagne in the front, which we have brought in on this show a few weeks ago, but we had to feature it again because
What a great contrast.
I know it. Like, look at all the colors within one plant.
And
how
so
can you be mad at that?
Healthy.
So
Color
healthy.
is not all about flowers.
Yeah. No leaf spotting or anything.
I might have to get one. I still haven't bought one of those. Today
That's
might
a nice
be the
one.
day.
You need that one.
Yeah, I know.
Go on and get it.
Go on and get it. All right. I'll put it in my cart for
Get
later.
your frosted flakes.
And then we've got caramel over here. I know that Tyler planted some of this. I've got a lot of it as well.
Isn't that one evergreen or mostly evergreen?
Mostly, yeah.
And sun tolerant.
Speaking of evergreen, Heuchera, let's go to our feature plant.
Let's do it.
We've got Carnival Watermelon. This is my absolute favorite Heuchera. I can't even tell you how many different types I have. And as far as looking good in the winter, this is the one for me that it almost seems to like winter better than any other season. I don't think it was 2022. Actually, I think it was. I had planted for a while and we had all that snow. When the snow melted, most of the stuff looked really sad, very, very damaged, but this one came out glowing. Like as the snow melted from the tops of it, you could see it peek out, and every single winter, it looks fantastic. It looks great through the spring and summer as well. Looks good right now, but for some reason, this one really shines in the winter.
I want to
And
go
the
to that
back
winter
side of the
carnival.
foliage
Yes, you
is
do.
It's as spectacular as the top side. I mean, it's such a wonderful leaf underside. So it's a tremendous plant.
It is. So that's the Carnival Watermelon, and everybody needs one of those. Joy's coming out.
Everyone.
Every single person
Everyone.
in the world.
Yeah, let's go to this carnival together.
I have
Right
2
now,
planted.
it's 20% off.
That's right.
That's right. And like we were talking about, David said the 20%, it is packed back in sun and shade perennials. So you could pretty much get whatever you want back there.
Well, the sampling you brought in today is perfect with coral bells because our coral bells selection is better than anybody's. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I mean,
It's
25 varieties probably back there, any color, any flavor. I mean, textures. Like if you're into coral bells, like this is time to come shop. Got some cool ones, real cool ones. Good work, Caroline.
and like I talk about all the time, great for mixed containers in the fall moving into winter, and then you can plant them in the spring.
Great point.
You don't have to plant things that are just going to die. I mean, I plant annuals as well. I'm not saying don't plant them, but it's great to use your money wisely sometimes.
You want to have a few, like, I think Tyler's got some pictures that I took at my place.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Here we go.
Just
I've
throw them
got-
up, baby.
Here we go.
Hey,
So on the left is a autumn flame that's been in the ground for about 18 years.
dang.
It kind of broke the graft a bit, and you can see it's multi-trunk. I've limbed it up. It actually looks a little better. Actually, the leaves are falling off now, so that's probably a decent
And
picture.
that's the red maple.
Yeah, it's a red maple, Acer rubrum autumn flame, and I planted it with landscape.
Nice.
And then the middle there is a brand new. Actually, I got it the day that I was on the show when we had those in. That's the native smoke tree.
Sweet.
And Rachel had just bought a pot. She was like, I don't know what to put in it. I was like, well, I know what to put in it. So I put that in it. And that's actually Proganics Eye that's in the pot there. And then on the far right is the just the red. Just Beth Flood. Shout out to Beth Flood, who's since moved on to the Eternal Garden, but she always said you got to have a splash of red in your garden, and so I did. And my grandfather always had geraniums, red geraniums on his patio. So
And they're among the toughest.
yes,
garden.
so tough.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
And a fun fact about geraniums, my grandmother grew lots of them for years. And to winter them over, now you'll only get about half survive, but if you don't have a good spot, just pull them up and allow the root ball, or even if they're bare rooted, and put them in a basement, hang them upside down. Now, they'll completely go dormant, and maybe only half of them will come back out, but you haven't really had to expend much energy to do that. So try that with some of your geraniums if you've got several. I think you'll see that it's a successful endeavor and help you save some money. And, it's probably a worthwhile investment right now.
Yeah. Cool thing about geraniums, I mean, earlier this spring, I went on a rant about geraniums being the goat of annuals for ease and livability, all of that. I mean, honestly, with geraniums, if you bring them in your house early enough and put them in a window, like, they'll just be a houseplant. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do we have a list of things you have not gone on a rant about? I'm curious.
there's still plenty.
I'm sure there's
Trust
a
me.
few. Maybe not plenty, but definitely some.
Yeah. There'll be more rants. Okay.
There will be. Hey, we're still getting live questions and comments in. Colin says, when you take care of people, they take care of people. You have a great staff because of your leadership and practices.
Well,
and that's
thank
to
you.
you,
Thank you,
David.
Colin.
Oh, Colin.
Thank
Good
you
shout
for
out,
that.
Colin.
Very sweet.
And then Kim says, another question. Can
Kim.
I go ahead and transplant a peony?
At this point, probably you're
I
fine.
would say
Yeah.
yes.
I mean,
Go
the
ahead,
leaves
do
look
it.
so bad. We always talk about waiting till true dormancy, where the leaves are going away. But like, I'm thinking we're close enough.
Pretty
Peonies
close.
are super tough.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about with dahlias earlier, y'all. Just get as much root as you can. Be ready with your whole dug and get them, smashed into the ground.
Smash them on into the ground.
Water them in real good, and they should be great for the spring.
I think Joe's still here a
it's
little bit.
Timely
He's always here a
question
little
right now. It's a timely question right now, but if you ask that question in April,
Yeah.
it's going to say wait until the time now,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
November. So
Yep.
if you're thinking about doing it, don't think about it. Just go ahead and do it.
Just do
it. Your results are going to be great right now. Much less so when they're actively growing.
Yes.
That's right. And let's go ahead and get to a couple photos that we got in. We will start with Colin. Colin says, so I bought 3 oak leaf hydrangeas, Snow Queen, I believe. 2 of them have done just fine, but the third one, it's tiny and barely has grown at all. Are we at the throw it in the woods territory yet? Because I'm definitely mad at it. All 3 were planted around this time last year.
Well,
Oh, gosh.
unfortunately, oak leaves are one of those plants that sometimes they'll just do that. I don't know what the necessarily reason for that is, but it looks like it has some life to it.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to keep it, at this point, it's not actively growing, obviously. So, but you could put maybe some plant tone or something on it, and
Hope for the best.
Super Thrive maybe, but Super Thrive really is better when it's actively growing. So
And you've got nothing to lose waiting until spring. to see how
That's
it
the key.
comes
Yeah.
out. And if it doesn't come back out, then you can go, okay, I'm ready to deal with it.
Yeah.
Ready to deal with it. Colin, I would actually throw it into the woods.
Would you?
I've dealt with this with so many oak leaf hydrangeas.
You have, and Adam's so right about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I planted 3
Right.
snow sickle, 2 died. I have 1. I planted 2 Alice in Wonderland, something like that. 1 died.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of an oak leaf thing. Like,
It
I'm the
seems
same
like
way
it.
with you. I don't have a great answer for people on why they do
why
that.
they do it, but
Yeah.
I know that, but they do. It does happen.
It does. Yeah. Like you say, you plant 5, one of them goes.
It has gotten a lot better with the amount of prevalence of container grown ones,
Yeah.
and so it's less of an issue than it was when they were all
Field
all
grown.
burlap.
Yeah.
But it's still an issue, and they are. If it was an easy plant to grow, well, then they'd be just readily available. And we struggle to have the right network of suppliers for those because it is a difficult plant.
It can
It
be,
is, but
for sure.
I still love it.
Yeah, people love their oak leaf
Well,
hydrangeas,
yeah,
especially this time of year. Fall color, I mean, it's the best fall color hydrangea you can buy.
We talked about that last week. Yep.
Yeah, and plenty of them have lived for years, y'all. We're not
Yep.
saying that. Like,
Yeah.
it's still a fine plant. It's just that getting them going, it seems like they can be one or two that just don't really take all that well,
Yeah.
and it's just
And it's
kind of part of it.
unfortunate.
And honestly, oak leaves this year struggled. Like, I saw more email pictures of oak leaf hydrangeas this spring than probably any other plant of
Really?
just very much fungal issues on the lower leaves, spotting going on. So, Colin, it was a little bit stressful this year. Don't throw them in the woods yet. At least wait for the spring,
And then throw them in the woods.
and then throw them on in the woods whenever it's
But
warmer.
like we talked about, maybe they'll bounce back.
Maybe.
All right, and we have another photo that comes in from Kay.
Okay.
Kay said, "I thought I'd share these photos of my hibiscus mutabilis, aka
Yeah.
Confederate
Oh, wow.
rose.
Ooh,
While it's
beautiful.
not perennial in our zone 7, I found it dies to the ground and returns from the roots most year. It's
Yep.
the last plant to bloom in my garden if we're lucky enough to avoid a freeze in October." That is stunning.
That is,
Beautiful.
That is a really cool
Yeah.
one, yeah. And that's one that gets real woody up top, and almost, I mean, it grows so much that it looks like a small tree even by the end of the season. But a really cool leaf shape. I'm into that. And then obviously flower power, baby. I mean, you can't beat a hibiscus, really. I mean, can you?
No,
Not
you can't.
really.
Not really.
Not
Especially
really.
for this time of year.
Yep.
I mean,
If
What's
you're
in
gonna
bloom?
Cut that one back. Wait until it does get
Yeah.
waylaid by cold weather because it'll flower for quite a long time. You know, as I said earlier, fall's not over, and there's a lot of things that do particularly well during this stretch.
yeah, most definitely.
A lot of stuff. All right, is it too late to plant kale and mustard green seeds?
At this point, yes,
Yes.
probably. I mean, you might get them to germinate, but you're not going to get them to really finish. I mean, you might get some small little microgreens, I guess, if you
Oh,
want
there
some
you
of that.
go.
That's cute.
Packed with a lot of good stuff.
I mean, a lot of times kale actually will like almost overwinter, like totally
Yeah.
overwinter. They're just not going to have enough warmth to really grow and get
Right.
big. You know, they'll slowly grow. But I just don't think. I mean, I think at this point, save your seed, put it in the fridge, and do it in the spring, like early spring.
Yeah.
You'd have to be thinking cold frame or something.
I
to
was
give
just
us-
thinking,
Yeah.
cold frame.
Yeah, something like that you'd have to use because they're just not going to swell up and get big enough for you.
But sounds like it's too late.
Yeah,
Sorry, y'all.
like I said, save your seed, wait for the spring, early spring, get them sowed, and they will
And
pop
they'll
up
be
and be
good.
great.
All right, I inspected my houseplants to bring them in, and now I think I found spider mites on a few. What do I do now? So the first thing is I wouldn't bring them into the house yet because if you're here in Middle Tennessee, it's still kind of warm. My houseplants still aren't in and they're doing okay. But I would first off just spray it down, get on the underside of the leaves, try to get all those pests off. And then I will just keep doing that. It usually will kind of knock them off. If it's pretty bad and you're bringing it in and you don't have pets that are going to eat the leaves on your plant or the stems, you can use a systemic that will just kind of knock it off. Sometimes it takes a little while, but if you just keep wiping those leaves off, spraying it off, and then you treat it with that, it will knock that out and then it won't spread to your other plants. Because if you do bring it in with these pests, those pests are going to be so happy in that warm environment in your home and they're just going to quickly take over everything else.
Oh, yeah.
It's happened to probably all of us in this room before.
Oh, of course. And the spider mite is ridiculous. I mean, it goes from 1 to 20 to 2,000 very quickly. So
It does.
if
you
you're
got to be careful with
debating-
those.
If you've got spider mites and you know it, you really should think well before you bring that plant in.
Yeah, you don't want it to spread.
Superfine sun spray oil might also be another direct contact.
Dormant oil or neem oil.
Yep. Smother them on contact. All right, I let my sweet shrub get a little too large this summer.
Don't we all?
Can I prune it now or will I lose most of the blooms for the spring?
No, you can, I mean, we're going to do it in the winter. You really got to knock back Calicanthus, y'all. It just it's a growing machine.
Yeah, mine is massive.
I mean, it just gets so big so quick, it eats up your space, whatever you got. So this winter, just after it loses its leaves, let's cut it in half. I mean, I don't want you to cut it to the dirt because you probably will mess up the bloom cycle next spring. But if you just cut it in half, you still have old wood
Yeah,
up there
you still
to
have
produce
some blooms, yeah.
to produce new stems and then new flowers. So yeah, we got to get that thing back in check because next year it's going to do the exact same thing.
Yes.
It's just going to keep getting big.
Uh-huh.
All right, and then I'm pretty new to gardening. Do I need to mulch over and around a lot of my plants to keep them safe in the winter?
Mulching is never a bad idea, but you just got to make sure you don't put too much mulch. You want to be around the 3-inch deep mark. Is about as deep as you want to have mulch, and that will help. Mitigate extreme temperature change, and moisture
Retention
in the soil. So yeah,
Yeah,
Not
definitely.
trying to create a mulch volcano.
No.
No.
You see that done more frequently in commercial landscapes
Yeah.
just because they have a maintenance contract and
They got to
I feel
use the
like-
mulch.
they
gotta use it up.
do something.
They ain't gonna take it home. They ain't gonna spread it.
No.
Yeah.
More is not always better.
No, exactly right. Y'all, mulch on top of your roots and also not on your stems, okay? Let's keep it off that main stem as much as we can, but
Yep.
right on top of the roots. That's kind of the key.
Yep.
I hear
Yeah.
music.
Perfect, Joe.
Well, I think
music
I don't know what you're
Take-
talking about,
take-
Austin. No, just kidding. It's the music.
yes,
David?
That
It's
went
good.
by quickly.
it
Yeah.
did.
And, we are appreciative of everyone tuning in today. Of course, this is available on demand whenever you want to watch it. So if you haven't caught all of the live broadcasts and you want to go back and catch that which you missed, well, just stick around. You can do it immediately or at any time. So from the entire cast here at Gardening Inside Out, we want to thank you for being here today. And, we are providers of plant advice for any space in your life. We hope you'll tune in again, and thank you for joining us today, live from Bates Nursery in the Green Room.
Thanks for stepping in for a minute, Joe. Love you.
Life's a garden.
Dig it, baby.
Dig it.